Hi everybody, you're very welcome to today's information session. My name is Cassandra Hinchy and I'm one of the Employee Relations Managers in the Department of Social Protection. So part of our role is to link you, the job seeker, with employers to get you the best opportunity out there. So during today's session, we're focusing on finding people for an exciting role as Administrative Officer in the Department of Social Protection in our Information and Communications Technology area. So we'll hear from two of my colleagues, Alana and Derek, talking quite enthusiastically about the work that they do in the ICT area of the department and their journeys in getting there. We'll then run through the application details and where you can find out more about these vacancies on offer. We'll be running for about 10 minutes today, and I'm sure you'll be inspired by what you hear, so stay with us. So firstly, I'd like to welcome my colleague, Alana. Alana is an Assistant Principal Officer in the Information Services Delivery area of the department. Hi, Alana.
Hi, Cassandra.
Thanks very much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
So could you give the viewers today, tell us a little bit about where you work and what your role is?
So I'm currently an AP in the ICT section within the Department of Social Protection. My current role is in, like I said, service delivery. So I would look after areas such as ITIL and InfoSec for the department. I've just currently moved into that role, but previous to that, I worked as an AO in the Network Services Department.
Very good. Now, could you tell us a little bit about your journey to get there?
So once I completed my degree in computer systems and networking, I would have started my civil service career as an EO in An Garda Síochána in the telecommunications section. Then in 2016, I applied and was successful in the Open AO ICT competition. And from that, I was offered a place in the Department of Social Protection. So once I started work there, I was working in the Network Services Department. And then I've just recently been promoted from that to AP within the department's ICT section.
Brilliant, well done. So can you tell us what attracted you to the role of the AO ICT initially?
I think the role of an AO in ICT has a quite varied, quite broad role covering a large amount of ICT areas. There's a great mix of both technical and managerial work. Also, there's a lot of training courses available for AOs within the department, which gives people a great opportunity to meet other AOs within the department, but also from the broader civil service.
Very good. So could you give us an example of what a typical day as an AO in the ICT area of the department might look like?
The role of an AO within the ICT department can be quite varied from day to day, as with most IT roles. For example, I would have looked after originally the LAN and WAN for the department. So at the moment, we have over 200 sites, and maybe well over 1,000 switches on the network. So we would have looked after them, the day-to-day managing and maintenance of them. Then later from that, I would have worked in the data center services. So we would look after the data center network, our fabric network, and the data center infrastructure itself. The day-to-day role would include monitoring, managing the network, maintenance, the day-to-day upkeep. We also would have been involved in tender writing and procurement. I also would have worked closely with not just my own team within the department, but also other infrastructure teams, including the SAN team, Unified Communications, the network security and cyber security team, and then customer services and server hosting also.
So a wide range of stuff there.
Absolutely.
So what would you tell our viewers today? What skills would you think are required for this role?
I think to come in as an AO in ICT, you need to have a keen interest, obviously, in ICT to begin with, and also to be able to keep on top and have a keen interest in the new and emerging technologies in the ICT area, and also be able to try and foresee how they may have an impact and effect on the department going forward. I'd also think the ability to work as an individual and also as part of a team is key in the role for an AO within the ICT department. And also effective communication, not just with your own management, but also with your staff maybe and other teams who you may be engaging with within the department or external organisations.
Very good, thanks. So would you recommend a career in the Department of Social Protection and why?
I would recommend a career in the department. We have a large and varied IT department at the moment. There's lots of opportunities, room for upskilling, retraining, and there's always areas to progress your career.
Brilliant. Look, thanks a million for joining us today, Alana. It was really great to hear firsthand from somebody who's actually done the role and also had the opportunity to develop themselves and get a promotion in such a short time. So look, thanks again for joining us.
Thank you.
So next up, I'm going to be joined by my colleague, Derek. Derek is an AO in the Digital Platform Services area of the department. Hi, Derek. Thanks for joining us today.
More than happy. How can I help you?
So could you tell the viewers a little bit about yourself and what is your current role?
Okay, as an AO in my department, I have a dual role, in fact, because as a member of the department, although I do development and I'm a team lead on one of the development pods, I'm also I act as an intermediary between the contractors, the external contractors. In our case, it would be Deloitte, and the department. So I'm kind of keep my finger on the pulse within the development team, and I can relay messages, backwards and forwards.
Very good. So could you outline your journey into your career first? Where did it
Yeah.
all start?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, as I say, how long have you got? I mean, I started my first job in 1979, so I won't go. I'll give you the shortened version, maybe. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, following a short period in art college, after my leaving cert, I fell into a job in the motor trade where I spent most of the following 30 years, and I had various different jobs ranging from service up through into the sales department. Then I also did some credit control. And then finally, I ended in the finance end of things, where I would organize credit for prospective customers. And that's kind of where I developed an interest in IT, because I'm being inherently lazy. I was always looking for ways to streamline and reduce the amount of repetitive work involved in filling out various different forms and also in keeping records.
So it wasn't something that you always had an interest in. It was something you developed an interest in through like various work experience.
Yeah. I mean, I had an interest in IT, and then when the recession hit in 2009, and the motor trade was one of the first ships to sink, I then went back to education in the National College of Ireland. I completed a 4-year degree there, which I then followed up with a master's in web tech. And during my time in the college, I ended up working for the college in computing support. And my real interest, although I really enjoyed the teaching end of things, my real interest was in software development. So I began applying for various different jobs. And then when this particular job came up, it ticked all the boxes for me in terms of technology involved, job satisfaction, and also I'd say the civil service and this department in particular, is a great job where you can achieve a good work-life balance. So kind of ticked all the boxes for me, yeah.
Good stuff. So could you describe your AO role and maybe any key projects that you might have worked on?
Yeah, I mean, in my role, I act alongside my AP, which is the assistant principal, and we operate as links or intermediaries between the department and what we call our relying parties. And these would be the likes of, say, Revenue, Jobs Ireland, NDLS, who are the driving license people. And they all use MyGovID to authenticate their customers when signing into their sites. And basically what that means is they need to know, as you can well imagine, that you are who you say you are. And only having gone through the process pre-COVID and hopefully post-COVID, where you go in and have a safe interview in an intro office where you present yourself with proof of identity, and then they can say with absolute certainty that you are who you say you are. And then the relying parties then use your MyGovID to verify that you are the person you say you are, and then they can share your various different data with you, and you can amend your data as well, obviously.
Very good. So would you say you've had the opportunity to develop your skills in the department?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's loads of opportunities. I mean, I've done numerous courses, in fact, in C#, which will be the language that we use. I've done a course in project management, which is very important in my particular role. And there's a thing we use called agile methodology. And there are various different names. They use the term Scrum Master, and they would be expected to lead the development of the project. So yeah, I've done courses in that, but I've also developed other skills like in the management side of things. And in particular, then there's the AO grad development program, where they expose you to the various different competencies that you are required to have if you want to advance to assistant principal. And yeah, I've, as I say, umpteen different opportunities to develop your skills, and the only thing that will hold you back is your desire to develop your skills. There's lots and lots to do.
Very good. Look, thanks a million for joining us, Derek. I think it was really good to hear what the role of an AO in the ICT area of our department would entail. But what I think is really interesting is that it's really positive to hear that it's never too late to change your career path, where you use the last recession as an opportunity to go back to college to study and then to change career direction. So I suppose it's reassuring for the viewers to hear that we all have transferable skills and we can all change career paths. So look, thanks
Okay,
again for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon. So now I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the role itself, the essential requirements, and the application details. So working as part of the Information Systems Division team, the successful candidates will be engaged in a range of functions, but some of these will include analysis and business process re-engineering, software development on complex bespoke platforms, and business applications including our award-winning MyGovID, MyWelfare, and Welfare Partners online platforms. Network and telecommunications management with opportunities in ICT security, network monitoring technology, and large-scale voice-over IP implementation. So we would ask that people would have a commitment to ongoing training and development, and an interest in information technology will be essential for the roles, and a constant drive for improvement in service delivery, both for our customers and our staff. So what are the essential requirements? Candidates are required to have obtained a recognised first or second class honours degree in Information and Communications Technology or Engineering at Level 7 of the National Framework, or an equivalent qualification acceptable by the Department of Social Protection. So where are the jobs based? These positions will primarily be based in Dublin, and there may be future posts available in Sligo. So further information regarding the post and the candidate requirements are set out in our information booklet, which is available on our website on www.jobsireland.ie. And application forms and information booklets are also available upon request by emailing recruitment@welfare.ie. So completed applications must be submitted by 5 p.m. on Friday the 4th of December. So that's us coming to an end of the information event. I hope you get a good flavour of what it would be like to work as an AO in our department. If you would like further information, as I said, please go onto our website on www.jobsireland.ie. So that's it from me. I hope you found it useful, and thanks again for joining us. We wish you the very best in your search for employment.